How to survive a school fight. When I teach real-world self-defense, it's anything goes. But when it comes to a school fight, there's some unwritten rules you need to know about. First, the guy probably doesn't want to actually kill you. He just wants to beat you up. Second, you can't use a weapon or you'll get expelled. And third, you can't swing first or you'll get suspended. So what do? You never want to let the other guy get up in your face like this. It makes it too easy for him to sucker punch you. You always want to step back with your hands up. When he comes forward and tries to hit you in the face, you block your head and then you return counter strikes. Usually from here, guys end up in a clinch, either on their feet or on the ground. The good thing about a clinch is that if it's tight, it's hard for him to swing and hit you. On the street, I would never recommend wrestling someone on the ground because he's probably got buddies who will come in and pound you. But in school, hopefully there's some unwritten rules where that doesn't happen. If you really want to get good at defending yourself, you've got to enroll in some fighting classes, either boxing or Krav Maga or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, or just join your school's wrestling team.
If you ever find yourself getting choked from behind, do these steps. Grab the attacker's arm, swing your legs up and then down, and then step behind the attacker to release his choke.
Other moves that you can use to protect yourself, assuming you don't have a doona to grab and they haven't got a hoodie on. So here I am. Nate wraps her legs around me, breaks my posture, pulling her knees to her chest, reaches my t-shirt, bundles it up. So there's a nice amount of material to grab. Palm in, grabs it, flares her elbow up. In here, flares both elbows and chokes me. Alternatively, she can reach here and attack me here. If I've come over the top, use my strength of posture. She can wrap her arm around my arm, flare her hips up over the top, boom, flip me over and snap my arm. Stay strong.
How to escape from a headlock.
So here I get my base and start striking to the groin. My other hand grabs the wrist, pulls it away, I step through and escape.
Hi again, so I had a question about where do you hit in a street fight? Okay, I myself, I never underestimate anybody. Big guy, short guy, little guy, young, old, I don't. I've been surprised in my life a lot of times. Again, as I said, if you can walk away, it's not good to fight. But if you're there, I always said, give it your 100%. I usually go for a good target. I try to hit the person in a place which I'm pretty sure he's not gonna do much. I don't think about face to the face. I've never done that and I don't like it. It hurts your hand a lot, okay? With control, it's very dangerous. Throat, you guys gotta be careful. If you don't have training, do not do that. You got your solar plexus, you got your eyeball, you got your eardrum. These are extremely effective. That's what I recommend going in, growing if you're close. A lot of time people are in here talking to your face. Shit's happening, all I gotta do, boom. You just go in that, right to the nuts. It's extremely painful. The guy's gonna, million scenarios. So always go for the main targets. I think it's a good advice.
All right, so this isn't a real disarm, this is just a bit of fun. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is take a knife from him. Like this.
One of the most common standing attacks is for somebody to reach up, grab your head, and start feeding you a whole bunch of punches, right? We've all seen this in like grade school. But in the heat of the moment, people revert to what they did in grade school. So Adam is going to come up and he's going to grab me in a headlock and he's going to start feeding me punches here. Maybe he's going to start up by just grabbing it together and pulling me around, and I'm going to base out. See, I'm going to try and get my legs perpendicular to his. I'm not here, because here he can toss me easily. I'm going to try and get one leg in front of him, one leg behind him. I'm in base, it's harder for him to throw me to the ground. So we're here, he can shake me around, but hopefully I'm going to stay on my feet. Now if he starts getting ready to feed me this hand in the teeth, or even if I'm worried about it, I bring my hands here. I want to control this hand because that's the one that's going to do me damage.
Safety tips, part 2. If you're ever kidnapped and put in the boot or the trunk of a car, try to kick out the tail light, stick your hand through and wave it around, because the driver and the passengers of the car that you're in won't be able to see it, but other passing drivers will. The next thing I'm going to do is show you guys 2 things that you can do that don't require a lot of force but have some pretty gruesome consequences, which in my opinion, if someone's trying to hurt you, they deserve. So the first one is take the bottom of your palm here, push it against their nose and push up as hard as you can. The second thing is grab your two thumbs, place your fingers on the side of their face like this, and dig in as much as you can. Bonus points if you have nails. Last one for today is if you ever get kidnapped and they put a blindfold on, do not try to take it off. And even if they don't put one on you, never try to look at them directly, because if they know that you can identify them, they're way less likely to ever let you go. Let the police identify them later. All you need to do is stay alive. Like for part 3.
Can get weirder. I just washed my hands. That's why they're wet. No other reason.
What do you do when someone grabs you by the hair? A hair grab can quickly lead you to the floor, or you'll get kneed in the face, but you shouldn't try to pull back or pry off your attacker's hands, because that will only give you more harm. What you have to do is close the distance while protecting your face and hit to the groin. Closing the distance will instantly release the pressure from your hair. Forming a triangle around your face will prevent you from getting kneed. Hit to the groin in an upward motion with your fingers pressed together. That will give you enough time to get away. Follow for more self-defense in Krav Maga.
This is a great question. The answer is no. Here's why. He grabs me across, elbow to elbow. Didn't work. Or even worse, really bad situation to be in. If I try using my elbow for this one, I'm pushing into his palm. It's solid, it's not going to break. Leading with the pinky is not going to work because you can't get enough momentum up. So instead, flip and lead with the thumb.
Okay, so when somebody holds a banana to your throat, yes, a banana, TikTok takes down my weapon stuff, so it's fruit. Here, grab here, control, step in and back here, peel the banana. Okay, once more very quickly. So here, look, grab, control, create distance here. Okay, step out, step back, keep in tight. Take the banana and then hit them around the head.
Here's one for the shorter girls who asked, what if my attacker's way taller and I can't reach his eyes? What then? Here's an option. Take the stiffened fingers of one hand and drive them into your attacker's neck. It's important to keep those fingers stiff and drive your shoulder off the wall. This gives you several more inches of reach. You're going to be targeting the soft cartilage of the attacker's throat. It's delicate and easily damaged. Remember, you may need to follow up with an additional strike, something like an eye strike or a knee, to buy enough time to escape.
All right, let's break that down. You find yourself in a situation. Someone is on top choking you. As soon as their hands comes to your throat, you grab their wrist. Do not use your thumbs. Grab your wrist, tuck your elbows in, pull their wrist apart, trap their foot, bridge over your shoulder. And that is your move of the day. All right, let's break this down. When you try this at home, try this on a mat or go real slow. When your arm comes around the neck, protect your neck. You cup at the elbow, cup at the wrist, roll your wrist down. As they start to pull you back, your foot, get base, your foot finds their foot, pivot to where you're facing one way and they're facing the other way. From there, you do a crunch. And that is your move for the day.
Some people out there think that if you're a small female, you have no way of defending yourself against someone bigger and stronger than you. But in reality, all you have to do is know the right moves to use in the right moment.
4 things I've learned from actual fights I've been in. 1, it won't hurt until later. If you're worried about getting hit, don't. Once your adrenaline kicks in, you won't feel much. I didn't even know my finger was broken until the next day when my whole hand swelled up like a lobster claw. 2, good things happen when you aim for the face. When I took an elbow to the face that dislocated my nose, it wasn't so much the pain or the fact that I had blood gushing out everywhere. It's that my eyes welled up with so much water I couldn't see anything. I was fighting blind like Mr. Magoo. 3, 99% of your training will go right out the window. In the heat of the moment, all you'll be left with are those 2 or 3 techniques that you've done over and over again, so they're now part of your muscle memory. I started taking judo at 12, and I've done thousands of hip throws. The second I start grappling with a guy, guess what I do? And 4, respect weapons. Real fights are not like in the movies. You can really die. The only time I've ever had a gun held to my head, I was in a foreign country and I was outnumbered. I didn't try any heroics. I did whatever the guy said and I got out alive.